Congressman Mark Green, Dr. Mark Green here. It's time for Whiteboard Wednesday, and this week we're going to talk about our border crisis again. We're on part 2 of our series on the border crisis. We're going to talk about fentanyl. And step into my physician hat for just a moment. Our respiratory rate is controlled by the medulla oblongata and the pons. The automatic you don't have to think about it, breathing occurs from cells that are located in the medulla oblongata and the midbrain, and the pons kind of adjusts the rate. It's much more complex than that, but those respiratory pacemaker cells are here in the medulla oblongata. What happens is with fentanyl, it binds the opiate receptors in the brain, does lots of different things to the human body, but the critical thing is it decreases can even stop respiration, and that's why when we do surgeries and we put someone on an opiate and we put them to sleep, we're ventilating the patient because otherwise they would die. And what happens in overdose of fentanyl, you suppress those respiratory centers, they can be suppressed to the point of stopping, and the patient goes unconscious. What happens, and what we're taught in emergency medicine, and I'm an ER physician, do the don't. So whenever that unconscious patient comes in, you do this acronym called do the don't. And of course, the DONT each stand for something that addresses unconscious patients. Well, the N is naloxone. So if an unconscious patient comes in the ER, we're just going to assume it and give them naloxone or Narcan. And I want to say something about this. In the civilian world, we're now putting Narcan everywhere, from schools to restaurants in the state of Tennessee even have them now, are allowed to carry them. The patient goes unconscious, you give the Narcan. If they wake up, you have to be prepared to give them another dose of the Narcan, because the fentanyl can still be circulating and can actually make the patient go unconscious again. So remember, when you use Narcan, call 911 and be prepared to use it again. But let's talk about why and the effects of fentanyl in the country. Of course, it's the leading cause of death now between 18 and 45 years of age. And we know that the seized fentanyl, which is a good assessment of what's going on, 94% is coming across our southern border. So massively across our southern border. And overdoses last year for fentanyl, the highest in American history. And we ask, well, why is that? Well, it's just simple economics. If you shift the supply, increase the supply of something, you decrease the price. And according to sheriffs in Tennessee, fentanyl is sold in what's called a point. And a point of fentanyl before Biden went into office was $98 a point. Now it's $23 a point. And that's why there's so many more people taking fentanyl. As the price falls, the demand or quantity of the product consumed increases. You get a massive increase in supply, decreased price, you get an increase in consumption, and tragically in our country, more people dead. And it's all because the stuff is coming across our open southern border. Dead Americans because of this failure to secure our border. That's Congressman Mark Green's Whiteboard Wednesday. Thank you.